So this is my Himalayan male mulberry. Huge. I think this is about 17 or 18 years old. I got some seeds from Himalayan mulberry seeds. Out of all the seeds I got, this was the sole seedling that came up. Probably about 30 foot high, maybe 35. I don't know. With probably a 20-foot span, maybe a little longer, not sure. What's interesting about this all the leaves look like kind of like marijuana almost, but they're in bloom right now. So like the Himalayan or Pakistan mulberry females, they have really long fruits. So wow, look at that. Oops, almost got me. So these have really long stamens. Sometimes 3 inches or more. And these guys root very easily. I mean, you can just take clippings and 3 or 4 and probably have 70-80% success rate just by basically putting them in the ground or in a pot, watering them every once in a while. And why would you want a male mulberry? But when you have so a lot of herbivorous turtles and reptiles actually eat mulberry leaves, so you don't have to worry about messy fruit. So I mean, iguanas can eat them and tortoises. So a lot of people grow like thornless cactuses, like and then you got grasses they can eat, and there's really all kinds of native and non-native weeds and stuff that people can eat and reptiles can eat. All kinds of little salad things and fruits and root tubers and all that good stuff. And even people can eat mulberry leaves, although I would imagine you'd want to cook them or something because they're really tough. Just thought I would share this kind of interesting tree that has these kind of marijuana type leaves on it. Just for comparison, these are the native white mulberries. The leaves are a lot different. The fruit sucks on them. It's just like insipidly sweet. And they're full of fruit right now. They're not ripe yet, but I found the wild red ones are even just so small of fruit, and they're worse than the white ones, at least in my opinion, unless my specific red one is just a bad variety. In this raised bed here, I put a dwarf 20 foot in the air, dwarf everbearing mulberry. Thinking, well, it's not going to get that big, is it? Boom. So these look pretty much identical to the white ones, the leaves and the green fruit. But when they ripen, they'll be more red or reddish purple instead of like the white to whitish purple that the white mulberries, the wild ones, are. These, actually, I got another one over here, which is a similar one, if not the same cultivar. It's probably 18 to 20 foot high as well. It doesn't produce as much fruit, and it's probably because this other one here is in a raised bed. It's kind of like a hugelkultur mix. So it's got a lot of compost and decomposition going on, and it's feeding the roots a lot more. But if you're only used to the wild white and red mulberries, which are horrible in my opinion. I mean, if that's all you have and you want a snack, it's kind of a novelty. These actually here taste like, I would say, blackberries. So it would make a good, probably a blackberry cobbler maybe, jam. I could definitely see it as a substitute for blackberries and jam. Really good flavor. And I've had another cultivar, Illinois Everbearing, and it has pretty good fruit too. So, like I said, if your only experience is the wild white and red ones, then that they have nothing on the flavor of these. You just get like insipidly sweet stuff from the white ones. This, you got sweet, you got tangy, you got that blackberry flavor. Really good. Just for giggles, I guess I'll show you my red one, mulberry. The leaves are similar to the white. There's kind of a little bit shaped differently, randomly. And there's a little fruit. For the most part, fruit that ripes on this, it seems, I don't know if it's a pollination issue or what, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of fruit on it each year. And it's probably about 15 foot in the air, kind of bushy. The fruit is so small, you know, even if it has a good flavor. I mean, look at that. If you bite it fresh, you're going to taste more stem than you do fruit. And unless there's an improved cultivar of the red one, then these just serve basically no purpose. And this is one that come up wild here many years ago. Everything's overgrown here. This is an area that really needs to be cleared out. But just figured I'd show you guys this to see kind of like my complete collection. Randomly, I just have mulberry seedlings pop up pretty much everywhere. There's one there. There's one or two right here. I can walk about 20 feet or so or less. There's one right here. And if I looked really hard, I could probably find 50 of these seedlings all over the yard.